A mystery guest has just arrived in the back studio. I can see he looks young and very handsome. There we go. Perhaps Johnny's got me a model this week. Got me a model, Jonathan, for my mystery guest. Let's see if I can struggle a little bit more than last week. Last week I got it within 3 minutes. In fairness, my mum did text with the answer. She guessed it very, very quickly. We'll do the mystery guest very, very shortly. Wow, 272,000 subscribers.
Yeah, it's quite substantial. Quite popular.
I'm going to enjoy this. This is brilliant. So basically, Iain here, Iain Myles is, I mean, look at his numbers. He is a YouTube phenomenon. He's getting millions of views on his videos. So go and do a search on YouTube, do a search for Kama, K-A-M-A or KamaTV, and you'll find it. I'm going to look forward to this. It'll be good, Iain. Looking forward to chatting about this. It's Nick on BBC Three Counties Radio.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
So here's the thing. What gives you the right to be a relationship coach? You've mentioned a couple of times your Kamalifestyles side. What gives you the right to tell people what to do?
Yeah, very good question. Very good. I actually, over a decade ago...
Are you in a relationship?
I'm not in a relationship myself, but let me get to the first part. A decade ago, I started off my career as a scientist. So when I was sat in the lab, I'd always hear stories of kind of people hooking up together over the weekends, and so that really began to fascinate me.
Naughty scientists.
Yeah.
Behind their serious research faces.
Behind the scenes. So that began to fascinate me about dating, and I was always so curious as to kind of how humans interact with one another. So I began to study this on a theoretical level, but also kind of on a practical level too. And I would go out with my friends and mates, and we would go to bars, and we would try and figure out scientifically what is the best way of starting an interaction with say a girl.
Oh. Have you seen the film Airplane?
I have.
You know the bit where he slinks across the room waving his jacket to Night Fever. You know that. Is that not the best way to start a conversation with a girl in a bar? That's what I've always thought was the most appropriate way.
Well, there are. I mean, obviously, there are different ways, but the main thing is that you have to be confident. You have to have a good mindset. So if you have a high opinion of yourself, then people that you meet, people that you talk to will also, have a good opinion of you. So, because a fact of life is that we're normally treated. People will treat you how you treat others, right? So if you feel low about yourself and you're low in confidence, then how can you expect a girl to respond well to you?
But equally, you don't want to come across as an arrogant person.
Of course, yeah, no, of course.
Modified my language there, but you can come across too cocky, too cocksure. It's not a good thing.
It's not a good thing. No. You've got to be nice. There's got to be a fine balance between being nice, but also you can't be too nice. You can't be overly nice, because you have to kind of express yourself. When it sounds very dramatic, but expressing yourself and telling her about you and what you like, and not just agreeing to what she says and being too nice. That is also important. But at the moment, I'm not in a relationship, because everyone is on a different journey, in their lives. So, you can't really look at others, or, we can't compare ourselves to others and say, why is he or she in a relationship? So it's the key.
But would a girl trust you if they met you and they know what you did? Would they not think that you're sort of overanalyzing them?
No. It's about kind of discovering. It's more about discovering yourself. It's not about having any kind of extra knowledge, knowing what she's thinking, which would be impossible. But
is what you do all common sense?
Exactly. Yeah, it is. It is all common sense. But when you put yourself into that situation, all of the common sense just sort of disappears, because of the anxieties that we have, that other guys have. It can be quite nerve-wracking to be when you're dating and when you're going on dates.
Do you actually see cause and effect? You see men come to you who haven't had any fun for years and years and years, and within a week they're on Tinder and they're literally having to hold the queue back from their front door.
There's a whole kind of host of different people we meet, and they come from all different types of backgrounds and different types of professions. I'll give you a really good example. We had a guy from St. Albans. He was 28 years old, and he'd just come out of a long-term relationship. It was with a girl he was with for 10 years, and when he had no one else to go out with, because all of his friends were either married or.
So what did he do?
So his confidence was low, and he kind of approached us at Kamalifestyles, and we decided to put him onto what's called our Supreme Confidence course. the Supreme Confidence course, it's a really effective program where we sit with him for 8 weeks and we kind of mentally prepare him for the outside world.
So what happened?
So he actually, well, it took him a few months, but then he met a really nice girl and they're going really strong. And it's a girl who lives in London, and you know.
How did he meet her?
He met her in a bar. If
you want to find out more, go to Kamalifestyles, KAMA, Kamalifestyles.com, KamaTV on YouTube as well, KAMATV. There's some, from what I can see, slightly risque and some very, very funny videos on there as well. If you want to go and have a view of them, catch a sight of what they're up to. Iain Myles, the man behind it. This is BBC Three Counties Radio. Listen to Nick Coffer.